they saw the same thing everybody else saw, where they made some ridiculous shots. You're going to have certain breakdowns in your defense, and I thought in that third quarter, that could have been really deflating for our team, and it wasn't. Like we kept fighting and played some really good basketball. We changed. We did 3 different coverages tonight, so it's not like we're not trying. We're trying.
NBA champion Kendrick Perkins just lit the basketball world on fire with 5 brutal words that hit harder than any dunk or buzzer beater could. That's not a team. He wasn't taking shots at some bottom feeder or rebuilding squad. He was talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, a team stacked with LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and championship expectations. Perkins didn't hold back. He said the Lakers look like a group of strangers clocking in for a paycheck. No chemistry, no bond, no brotherhood. No group chat, no dinners, no inside jokes, just a bunch of names on jerseys going through the motions.
To call the Lakers a team, that's not a team.
Ouch.
That's a bunch of individuals. I'm willing to bet everything that I have that is not a group chat with the Lakers.
Careful what
It's got to be a group chat.
Well, if it is,
it may not be that active, but
what it is, ain't nobody saying nothing. I'm willing to bet there's no team dinners on the road. That's a bunch of individuals. That's showing up to work, do your job, everybody go their own way. And that's how they perform on the floor.
And what you're about to hear goes way deeper than wins or losses. It's about a culture meltdown that could wreck their entire season. Let's rewind to the night it all came crashing down. January 16th, 2026. The Lakers were at home, the lights bright, the stars shining. LeBron and Luka combined for 68 points. On paper, that's a win every single night. But in reality, the Charlotte Hornets walked into Crypto.com Arena and humiliated them. Final score, 135-117. An 18-point blowout that left the crowd stunned. The Hornets, a team sitting 15-26, 11 games under .500, rolled into LA like they owned the place. LaMelo Ball went absolutely wild, dropping 30 points, hitting 9 threes, and dishing 11 assists. Miles Bridges was out there flying like he had wings, throwing down vicious dunks that shook the rim. The Hornets played free, fast, and connected, while the Lakers just stood around watching it all happen.
Great balls of fire! That was one of the best moves I've seen this NBA season, hands down.
Oh,
Talk
how about this
a bag.
move? Ball from deep.
Off of one leg.
Off of 1 foot there. All right, just over 2 minutes remaining. The Hornets up in this one. Bridges misses the 3. The ball comes back out to Ball.
This was a backbreaker. That pretty much ended the game.
That did it. Ball had 30 points. He balled out. 9 of 17 from 3, 11 assists. Let's take a listen to JJ Redick on the Lakers' lack of defense.
And here's where it gets flat out ugly. The Lakers are ranked 26th in defense out of 30 teams. You cannot, under any circumstance, win a championship defending like that. Look at every recent champ. The 2024 Celtics, top 5 defense. The 2023 Nuggets, top 10. The Warriors dynasty, year after year, elite defense. That's what separates contenders from pretenders. And right now, the Lakers are fooling themselves. They started the season blazing hot. 19 wins, 7 losses. Everyone thought they were back. But since then, a total collapse. They've gone 5-8, dropping 4 of their last 5 games. That's not a cold stretch. That's a team unraveling. The energy's gone, the effort's gone, the chemistry's gone, and that's when Kendrick Perkins stepped up on ESPN and dropped a bombshell that had every player and fan talking. This isn't some click-chasing analyst trying to stir drama. Perkins lived it. A 14-year NBA vet, a champion with the legendary 2008 Celtics, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. He knows what real team chemistry feels like. So when he said what he said, people listened. And here's his quote, word for word. That's not a team. That's a bunch of individuals. I'm willing to bet everything I have that there is not a group chat with the Lakers. I'm willing to bet there's no team dinners on the road. That's a bunch of individuals showing up to work, doing your job. Everybody go their own way. Think about that for a second. No group chat. In 2026, every other team's messages are blowing up 24/7 with memes, game talk, and inside jokes. And the Lakers? Apparently nothing. No bonding, no laughs, no fire. These guys aren't texting about plays or hyping each other up. They're not even keeping morale alive with a single emoji. It's like they're wearing the same jersey, but playing for different teams. They're not checking in on each other after tough games. Not a single, "you good," or "we'll bounce back." They're acting like total strangers who just happen to wear the same colors. And when they hit the road, forget about those team dinners championship squads swear by. Most winning teams use road trips to bond, sharing meals, cracking jokes, building that off-court trust that turns into chemistry under pressure. The Lakers? They're eating room service alone, scrolling through their phones, and disappearing into separate rooms. Perkins said that this cold, disconnected energy is exactly why their defense is a mess.
When you have defensive teams that are with defensive individuals that look the way that they look, not on the same page, then they definitely don't have the chemistry of them.
When you have defensive individuals that look the way that they look, not on the same page, then they definitely don't have the chemistry off the floor. And he's right. The Lakers' defense isn't struggling because of a lack of talent. It's because they don't trust each other. They're not talking, they're not rotating, they're not covering for their teammates. Watch one game, just one, and you'll see the chaos. A defender gets beat off the dribble, nobody helps. A screen comes, no one calls it out. Someone needs to take a charge, everyone steps aside. It's 5 guys playing solo defense. And in the NBA, that kind of defense gets you cooked. Every single time. You want to see what real championship chemistry looks like? Let's rewind the clock. Back to 2004. The Lakers had one of the most loaded rosters ever assembled. Kobe Bryant in his prime. Shaquille O'Neal still an unstoppable force. Karl Malone, a 2-time MVP. And Gary Payton, one of the coldest point guards in NBA history. 4 future Hall of Famers on one team. Everyone thought they'd cruise to a title. Until they ran into the Detroit Pistons. Those Pistons didn't have a single superstar. Their top scorer, Chauncey Billups, averaged just 18 a game. But what they did have was trust, grit, and unity. They moved like one heartbeat, defending, rotating, sacrificing for each other. And they destroyed the Lakers in 5 games. It wasn't even close. Fast forward a decade, 2014. The San Antonio Spurs showed the entire league what chemistry truly looks like. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili had been together for over 10 years. They knew each other's rhythm so perfectly they barely had to talk on the court. During their championship run, the Spurs averaged nearly 25 assists per game. The ball never stuck. It moved. Everybody got a touch. Everybody contributed. Coach Greg Popovich built that culture from the ground up. No egos, no stars above the system. They had role players who could have started anywhere else but chose to sacrifice for something bigger. That's why they didn't just beat the Miami Heat's Big Three. They embarrassed them. The ball movement was poetry in motion, and their chemistry, untouchable. Then came the Warriors dynasty. When Steve Kerr took over in 2014, one of his analytics guys found something insane. If the Warriors made 300 passes per game, their offense exploded. But it wasn't just math. Those passes meant trust. Everyone had to touch the ball. Everyone had to stay involved. The whole squad bought in. Steph Curry was setting screens for role players. Draymond Green was throwing extra passes instead of forcing shots, and they were locked in as a unit. During their 2015 championship run, they averaged an unbelievable 315.9 passes per game. They didn't just win. They revolutionized basketball with pure, unselfish teamwork. And that right there is the difference. Talent might get you to the playoffs, but chemistry wins championships. The Lakers have the talent, no doubt, but they're missing everything that actually matters. Trust, connection, unity. Just look at their body language now. After a turnover, they're pointing fingers instead of hyping each other up. After a defensive breakdown, they're shaking their heads instead of communicating. Those aren't the vibes of a family chasing rings. That's a group falling apart. Even JJ Redick tried to spin it positive, saying the Lakers were trying different defensive coverages. But let's be real, trying isn't good enough. Not at this level. In the NBA, effort without execution means nothing. The results speak for themselves, and they're ugly. Despite contesting 3-pointers at the 11th highest rate in the entire league, opponents are still draining those same contested shots at the highest percentage in the NBA. That's not bad luck. That's broken chemistry on full display. That's not bad luck. That's a team that makes everything look hard without actually making anything difficult. Even when they're in the right spot, opponents still get easy shots. And the so-called Big Three situation, it's making everything worse. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves have barely shared the floor this season. It's like 3 stars orbiting different planets. When LeBron missed time early on with that sciatica issue, the Lakers actually looked solid. The ball was flying around, the energy was up, and role players were shining. Everyone was contributing, playing loose, and having fun. But the moment LeBron came back, the flow vanished. Suddenly, everything looked tense, forced, and robotic. Even Luka himself had to admit it. Months into the season, he said, "We're still building chemistry. We haven't had many practices together." That's a huge red flag. You're chasing a championship and your superstar is saying you're still in the getting to know each other stage? That's not just concerning, that's terrifying. Then there's DeAndre Ayton, the guy who was supposed to fix their front court problems. Instead, he looks completely lost out there. On offense, he doesn't know where to be. On defense, he's a step behind. The pick and rolls are mistimed, the spacing's off, and the rhythm is gone. That's not a talent issue. That's pure chemistry failure. Ayton didn't suddenly forget how to play basketball. He just doesn't fit with what this team's trying to do. And it doesn't stop there. Austin Reeves being out with injury only makes things messier. Once he returns, the rotation becomes a puzzle nobody knows how to solve. Who sits? Who sacrifices minutes? Who adjusts their role? Those are the kind of tough decisions that require trust and communication. Two things the Lakers clearly don't have right now. This is where things get dangerous. Because when the playoffs come around, chemistry decides everything. The regular season and the playoffs are completely different beasts. During the season, you can survive on raw talent and individual brilliance. But in the playoffs, every possession is a chess match. Opponents study your every move, take away your go-to plays, and expose your weakest link. And when shots stop falling, when the crowd's loud, the pressure's on, and the momentum shifts, chemistry becomes everything. The great teams lean on each other in those moments. They trust the pass. They communicate through the chaos. They move as one. But teams with no chemistry, they panic. They start playing hero ball, arguing, isolating, and falling apart. That's exactly what's waiting for the Lakers if they don't fix this soon. Playoff defenses are going to trap LeBron and Luka, force them into one-on-one isolation battles, and make every possession a grind. Role players will get open looks, but will they trust their stars enough to take those shots? Or will they hesitate, second-guess, and freeze under pressure? Because hesitation in the playoffs is death. And guess what? The schedule isn't helping. 9 of their next 10 games are on the road, and road trips either build chemistry or break it. That's where real teams come together. Long flights, hotel hallways, late-night team dinners, laughing through exhaustion, building that bond that holds you together when the season gets dark. But the Lakers? They don't have that. No dinners, no group chats, no support system. Just individuals living parallel lives in separate hotel rooms. The warning signs have been flashing for months. They started 19-7 without their full roster, when guys were relaxed, free, and confident. The ball moved, everyone got touches, and the energy was contagious. But when the upgrades arrived, LeBron returned, rotations tightened, egos collided, everything suddenly felt forced. And then came the Luka Doncic trade in February, the move everyone said would push them over the top. On paper, it looked like a super team, but no one stopped to think about how these personalities would actually mesh. No one asked if this team could gel, because in the NBA, talent might win headlines, but chemistry wins championships. Nobody stopped to think about how two guys who've built their careers controlling everything would actually share the floor. Everyone just assumed talent would solve it all, but that blind faith is killing the Lakers. The front office saw shiny names, not chemistry fits. They grabbed big stars like toys on clearance, never asking if the pieces made sense together. And now, they're stuck staring at a puzzle that doesn't fit no matter how hard they try to force it. So here's the million-dollar question. Can they actually fix this mess? Is there even enough time left in the season to build the chemistry they so desperately need? The honest answer? Maybe, but it's not looking good. Chemistry can't be bought or fast-tracked. It's earned through shared battles, late-night flights, hard conversations, and real connection. It comes from sweating through the same struggles together, not just showing up, hooping, and dipping. But that's exactly what the Lakers do. They clock in, play their minutes, then vanish like co-workers at a job they don't care about. And that's the problem. Now JJ Redick, as head coach, is in an impossible spot. He can draw up the smartest plays in the world, the slickest sets, the cleanest rotations, but if his players don't trust each other, none of it means a thing. Coaching can only take you so far. At some point, the players have to decide they want to be a team. And right now, it's not clear the Lakers even care enough to try. The championship window is slamming shut. LeBron James is 40 years old, still incredible, still defying time. But everyone knows Father Time never loses. Every wasted game eats away at his final years. Luka Doncic is in his prime, But how long will he keep smiling through losses? How long before frustration boils over? Because if this continues, it's not just a bad season, it's a meltdown waiting to happen. Kendrick Perkins didn't drop his bomb to go viral. He said it because it's true. The Lakers aren't a team right now. They're a bunch of insanely talented individuals pretending to be one. On paper, they've got everything: scoring, star power, experience. But in reality, they've got none of the things that matter. No connection, no trust, no bond. Just designer jerseys, stacked contracts, and empty stats that don't mean a thing when the final buzzer sounds. Real championship teams are built on sacrifice, on talking things out, on caring about the guy next to you. They're built on selflessness, on showing up for each other even when the cameras are off. The Lakers, they're built on highlights, name value, and individual glory. And that'll get you views, but it'll never get you rings. The question hanging over LA isn't about X's and O's or who's running point. It's way simpler. Will they finally become a team before it's too late? Will someone, LeBron, Luka, anyone, step up and demand better? Or will they keep punching the clock, collecting paychecks and wondering why nothing ever clicks? Perkins gave them a wake-up call loud enough to echo across the league. Now the whole basketball world is watching, waiting to see if the Lakers answer it or ignore it. Because right now, this team isn't united. It's disconnected stars wearing the same colors, chasing different goals. And in the NBA, that's never enough. So what do you think? Can the Lakers pull it together before the season slips away? Or is this the beginning of the end? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. And if this breakdown opened your eyes to what's really happening in LA, smash that like button, share it with every Lakers fan you know, and make sure to subscribe. 'Cause trust me, they need to see this. See you on the next one.